Hi everyone, I'm Neil, an architect by profession and a very passionate yogi. Love to practice as well as teach the craft of yoga. As I spoke last time, certain flexibility exercises which you can do from home, because flexibility is such an important component of fitness. So today I'm here on my mat in a seated cross position. In yoga we call this Sukhasana. Sukh means happiness. So this is a wonderful way to find openness in your hips due to our lifestyle, because we are always doing things seated. We drive to work, we sit at work, we're constantly sitting. There's a lot of tightness around the pelvic region that develops, and that can really lead to severe issues with the lower back. So it's important to keep the hips open. This is one of the best way to do it. If you're really tight and you find it very difficult to sit directly on the floor, you can always reach out for a cushion and you can slide it beneath your sit bones and you can elevate your hips and sit, and you feel automatically that you feel a release right there, you know. So the other way of finding a little more openness in the hips is by bringing the legs out and joining the soles of our feet. You can hold the feet from below and bring them slightly closer towards you. Clasp your fingers and place your hands beneath your feet and sit tall, and then see how that opens up. You can add a little dynamic movement here by flapping the knees. So one thing about deep stretches is that you shouldn't go directly into a deep stretch. You will end up probably humming yourself, you know, when you might really injure yourself if the muscles are not warmed up. So dynamic stretches, this is a part of that. Just flap the knees, we call it the butterfly position or Baddha Konasana. And you can always, then once you're nice and warmed up, you can use your elbows to press the thighs down and hinge from the very base of your spine. Try to keep a long, tall spine and look ahead in front of you. And hold for 5 long, steady breaths. I'm just going to show the same thing from the side so you get an idea. So all that you're doing is holding the feet, bringing the heels close, pushing the knees down towards the floor, and hinging from here, from the base of your spine, all the way forward. Press the elbows and stay. And as you gain flexibility, you can always find yourself going down, but do not round your back. Keep it long and then exhale, and you can fold in. You can bring your forehead to your toes, or you can even bring it in front of you. So this is a beautiful posture which really gives you openness in the hips. Now we have tight hamstrings, most of us do. Again, exactly for the same reasons, because we are always seated and we do intense, workouts, because of which we get it. So you place your hands by the side of your hips, extend your legs out, press the palms to the floor and lengthen the spine. Flex the toes towards you. So you engage your quads and press through the back of your legs into the floor, and then you point your toes. Very simple, but it's a wonderful way to wake up your hamstrings and warm up through those quads as well as your calf muscles. You can do this a few times to bring a little openness, little warmth and circulation in the lower body. And then you can even flap your legs out. You can fold your left leg and bring the sole of the foot to the right inner thigh. This is known as Janu Shirshasana. Drop the knee down towards the floor and take a big expansive breath in. Keep your right leg active and hinge from the hips and try and grip your feet like this. Now, in case you're not reaching there, if you're still tight here, you can reach out for a scarf, you can reach out for a belt. Everybody has these things at home, and you can just loop it around the sole of your foot. Growing nice and tall and hold. So this is a wonderful way. It's a static stretch which really lengthens your hamstring and your calf muscle. And it also gives length and a big stretch to your spine. Now if you want to go deeper into this posture, you keep looking at your toe as you go all the way down. Rest your chest onto your thigh and breathe. So once again, I want to show it to you from the side. Hold, stay tall, you could just be here, lengthen and then go down, chest to thigh, chin to knee. And this is a wonderful way. You do it, say about 5 to 6 breaths or maybe 10 breaths on each leg, and it's really opens up the lower body. So a couple of other things that you can do sitting down on the floor to find more openness in your hamstrings as well as your hips is take a straddle position. So here we will find if you're tight in your hips that you go collapse like that. If that is happening, supposing when you stretch your legs out and you're collapsing, that means probably you're really tight in your hips. Then again, you reach out for a cushion, or you can reach out for a couple of blocks, or maybe even books, though I don't recommend sitting on them, and you can elevate your hips. So you can sit on a cushion. It gives you more openness in your hips. Keep your legs wide. You can even take them slightly wider if you feel open enough. And then you're just reaching both your hands up, relaxing the shoulders and hinging from the hips. Now keep your legs active. Whenever I say that, what it really means is flex your toes and engage your quads. Lengthen and reach forward. And you can add a little dynamic movement to this. Just imagine that you're hinged here and you're just, pulsing forward and back, forward and back. It opens the inner thighs, the hamstrings and the calves. You can even place your hands down and stay. For a few steady breaths. As you open up more, you can always go all the way down. Forehead to floor, walk your hands forward, maybe reach for your feet and stay. To come out, slowly come out, very gently coming back all the way. So this is known as Upavishta Konasana. It's a wonderful way to open your hips, and you can do it literally anytime, anywhere. Okay, so these are a few hamstring and pelvic floor exercises which help to open up the body, lower body. If you wish to, while you're seated, if you find that you have tightness in your shoulders, you can just reach your hands up, bring the fingers, reach the palms, and exhale down, scoop and round, and then you can open towards the left. Exhale in the center, scoop and round, and open towards the right. And do this a few times, immediately finding a deep release and opening in your spine. And roll the shoulders out and just relax. So some of these things, the beauty of seated exercises is that it really gives you a lot of openness in your hips, and it also grounds you, We don't sit enough on the floor. I do recommend taking the time to sit on the floor. Even when you're watching TV, instead of sitting on a sofa or a chair, it would be just fantastic just for a few minutes to sit on the floor in this posture or in this posture, and see how it really opens up your lower body and gives you protection for your lower back. So a few other things that you can do on the floor are, really open your side body and work on the hamstrings and the inner thighs, which are again a set of muscles that are neglected. So all that you're going to do is stretch your right leg out towards the right side, and then flex your toes towards you. Take the sole of your left foot and just press it to your right inner thigh. Make sure that your right knee points forward and your thigh is parallel to the mat or carpet or wherever you are. Okay? Now take a big breath in and reach your hands up. You can bring the fingers together and push your palms up. Relax the shoulders, so don't tense up. Relax. Now begin to bend sideways towards the right. See how I'm going? So you're giving a C shape to your spine. Stay. You can just be here, or you can go all the way down, You can even release this hand down and have the top hand straight with your palm facing down. And then think about rolling the top shoulder back. Look up towards the ceiling. And just stay here for 5 to 6 or even 10 breaths. And then to come back, slowly inhale and come back. So this really opens your hips, your hamstrings and the lateral spine. From here, we can go into a simple seated twist. So you can take your left leg, all the way across, just like this. You can reach your right hand and hug the left knee close to you. So whenever you're doing a twist, that's why I'm showing it this way, make sure that your sit bones remain grounded. The tendency is for this to happen. Don't allow that to happen, okay? Bring the knee in, lengthen the spine. Take your left hand and place it very close to your hip. Push the floor and straighten again, and then begin the twist. Twists are so useful for us because you work on stimulating the organs of digestion, plus you really tone the spine. And slowly come back. And to come out, you just extend your legs back in a seated staff position. And then we just repeat the whole thing on the other side, you know. So if you've forgotten, I'll quickly run you through it. Your left leg out, ankle, knee, hip in a line. Sole of the right foot to the left inner thigh. Knee points forward. Big breath in. Bring the fingers together. Big breath out, bending sideways. Common mistake is to drop the shoulder. Don't do that. Lift, open, stretch. Stay here or go deeper, deeper, deeper. Maybe release the bottom hand. Maybe lengthen the top hand. And just maybe grip your foot and open little more. Only if you're ready for it. To come out, inhale, come up. Exhale, release. So I would recommend whenever you're doing any of the static stretches, try and hold for at least 5 to 10 breaths and make that breath count, like each breath, so that you really get in oxygen, you really calm yourself and find the stretch really useful. So those were just a few very simple but very useful stretches for the lower body specifically, and I hope you can incorporate them into your daily routine to instantly get an energy boost and to really feel that openness in the body. And stay home, stay safe, practice yoga, do deep stretches to find that openness from within. Thank you.